Good evening to everybody. Great to see you all here, and wonderful to celebrate the anniversary of a phenomenal organization called Research America. It's a particular honor and a pleasure for me to introduce the distinguished recipient of Research America's 2018 Edwin C. Whitehead Award for Medical Research Advocacy, to House Appropriations Chairwoman Nita Lowey. This award was established by the Whitehead Charitable Foundation and the Whitehead Institute for Biomedical Research in honor of the late Edwin C. Jack Whitehead, who founded Research America in 1989, 30 years ago, and served as our first chair. Nita Lowey's leadership on so many fronts embodies the spirit of this award. Simply speaking, she is a giant for medical research. I've had the good fortune to work closely with her for many years in my various roles at Columbia and York-Presbyterian. From day one in Congress, Nita had a keen understanding of the critical role played by the academic medical community in New York and elsewhere throughout these United States. She is brilliant. Her warmth is legendary. She has always been quick to offer her help to everyone. She's the consummate doer and the fearless leader. Throughout her career in the House, Nita has been a leading champion of medical research funding. She was a key force, along with John Porter, on the Labor HHS Appropriations Subcommittee during the doubling of NIH in the late 90s. Not only did she fight for more funds, but also to ensure they were well spent. For example, during that time, she drove NIH to make women's health a top priority in medical research. She was a key force also, along with John Porter, on the Labor HHS Appropriations Committee during the doubling of NIH in the late 90s. And not only did she fight for more funds, but she made sure they were well handled. For example, during that time, she gained seniority on the Appropriations Committee. Her advocacy for research funding has never slowed. Whenever possible, she has fought for the strongest possible appropriations. Nita is driven by a huge sense of responsibility for the millions of Americans who rely on medical research and those who are struggling with diseases for which treatment is still elusive. Patients with various forms of cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, mental illness, ALS, autism, just to name a few. Nita is a fighter for patients, for researchers, for our entire nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present that award to Chairwoman Nita Lowey. Please welcome her.
What a pleasure it is to receive this award from my good friend, Dr. Pardes, and truly an honor for me to receive it from this outstanding group this evening. Throughout my time in Congress, we were working very hard throughout all the years for funding for medical research, and in particular, biomedical research at the National Institutes of Health. This has been one of my top priorities. The reasons are very clear. Every one of us in this room has seen a friend or family member suffer from a debilitating disease. And in those toughest of times, when reliance on even the best medical research and the best medical professionals is not enough, we move forward with the hope that one day no more people will suffer from this disease. That is why research is the key. Research has unlocked the mysteries of the human genome and led to advances such as immunotherapy that provide a chance at survival when just years ago the same diagnosis would be a death sentence. Every day, thanks to the work of those in this room, we move forward toward a new frontier in scientific advancement. Every day, we prove that there has never, ever been a better time to be alive. Every day, more people are given hope of a brighter future. That is what your research means to me and to millions of Americans. However, it wasn't that long ago that I, along with some of my female colleagues, and my dear friend, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, is on her way, or if she's here right now, we were a team. We worked on the committee that funded the National Institutes of Health because we realized that this unlocks the future, unlocks the answer for good health for so many. But we also realized that the NIH was not including women in many of its clinical studies, including for diseases with very different symptoms between genders, such as heart disease. In fact, we learned that even all the lab rats were male. So, Nancy Pelosi, Rosa DeLauro, Nita Lowey, we took the lead in persuading the NIH to track gender participation in clinical trials and work towards gender equity. And today, the National Institutes of Health is tracking this data, as well as embarking on fascinating new initiatives, including the Precision Medicine Initiative, that will provide more information to better understand our genes and improve the ability to predict which treatment may work best for specific patients. It's an honor for me to be elected chairwoman of the House Appropriations Committee, and First woman speaker, Nancy Pelosi, first woman chair, Nita Lowey. We're all a great team. And it is really an honor for me to appropriate an increase for the National Institutes of Health. In the past 4 fiscal years, Congress has appropriated an increase of $9 billion for the NIH for a total of $39.1 billion. Oh my goodness. And my goodness, my goodness. I do want to say, on this issue, we have bipartisan support, and I am very proud of that. You can applaud again for both Democrats and Republicans. I really do look forward to working to ensure that we build upon our success and continue investments in cutting-edge research. Because when you think about it, Dr. Pardes, Dr. Collins, so many of our outstanding scientists are here today. And when you think about it, not only can we be proud of the dollars that have been invested, not only are we proud of all the scientists with their research that is quite extraordinary, but what makes your heart warm is to know that you are saving lives. And that is what this is all about. So, together with all of you, we can improve health outcomes, ease suffering, provide thousands, even millions of Americans and people all over the world with longer, healthier, and more productive lives. So I truly want to thank you because you are our partners, and I congratulate Research America for all the important work you're doing. Thank you and have a good evening.